interviewee number 3. Tell us what your name is and where you come from and what you do.
I'm Sheridan Burke from Venezuela and I go to Brockenhurst College.
Okay, do you know what synthetic engineering is?
No.
Okay, I'll just explain to you what it is and then I'll ask you some more questions, okay? Synthetic engineering is a new technology where the DNA code is removed from a living cell and then digitized in a computer. The DNA is then reprogrammed to do something that is not intended to do in nature. This synthetic DNA is then placed back into an empty cell, thus a new synthetic life form has been produced. How does that statement make you feel?
Makes me feel like we're moving on.
Yeah?
In the future.
Would you say, does it sound good to you? Would you say that there's a lot of benefits that could be involved, or
Yeah,
does it sound a bit...
If we're doing something to benefit society, then yeah.
Okay. What would you say could be the bad points about this? What could be the pitfalls in doing this?
Well, if it goes wrong messing with like human cells, stuff could go wrong and like mutations or something.
Okay. So it's a bit weird sounding, isn't it?
It's a little bit.
Okay. Do you think it should be stopped or should it be established?
It should be thoroughly tested first, and if it goes well, then...
Thoroughly tested. Wicked. Okay, I'm just going to explain to you some benefits about synthetic engineering and what it actually does. Okay. Synthetic engineering is a technology that enables us to program microorganisms to hunt and kill cancerous cells. It also can hunt and kill parasitic diseases such as malaria and help rebuild damage left by liver and heart disease. It can also cure cancerous blood diseases such as leukemia. We can also program cells to stop epilepsy in the event of a seizure, as well as combat infectious illnesses such as MRSA. Synthetic engineering can also enable us to develop more sustainable methods of agriculture by cutting down costs by eliminating the need for chemical pesticides. This new technology can also enable us to make new biological fuels made from plants that are an alternative for fossil fuels, and they also have a much lower CO2 emission. In third world and developing countries, we can also develop new ways of testing water for contaminants such as parasites and toxic waste, as well as develop new vaccines against polio, AIDS and other diseases. We can also use this method to clean up toxic oil spills out at sea, as well as develop new ways of generating energy that have little effect on the biosphere. What are your views on synthetic engineering now?
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah? How does it make you feel? Does it make you feel optimistic? Does it make you feel scared or worried? Or
Optimistic is a good way to put it.
what would you say? So you know the benefits, you know all that stuff. So do you think it should be stopped or established still?
Established.
Okay. I'll now explain to you some bad points about synthetic engineering and ask you the same questions. Synthetic engineering is a technology that produces life forms, and these life forms all need feeding. This means there will be a need for a whole new form of agriculture developed in order to feed the synthetic life forms and create our new biofuels and materials. Farmers in third world countries will no longer just be farming to feed the human race, but will also be farming to feed the synthetic engineering industry. Synthetic engineering industry could also be the root of new viruses and biological warfare, but will also be defence against any attacks of this nature. What are your thoughts and emotions on synthetic engineering now?
I still think it's a good idea, because if farmers are also doing more stuff, like more jobs and stuff, that also can solve the sort of situation.
So definitely, like, there's a good out of a bad kind of thing.
Yeah.
And jobs as well.
Yeah, you get more jobs and stuff.
Okay. How does biological warfare and having to create new agricultures and possibly affecting the third world, how does that make you feel? Does it make you feel bad, scared?
No, I think it's alright, because you said that it will still sort out the biological warfare anyway, so...
It's like a counteraction kind of thing. Okay. I won't ask you what the pitfalls are again, what the benefits are. Do you think it should be stopped or established still?
Established.
Okay, finally, do you think this technology needs to be fully addressed before we can make a rational decision as to whether it's beneficial or otherwise? Is it a good idea to educate the world about this new technology?
Most definitely.